good morning or good afternoon or maybe good evening whenever you're tuning in. Anyways, it's good to have you here. Really excited to be here moving through flow with you. And I was kind of just thinking about the morning practice when I sent you the email to join class today, and how this one Friday class is the only practice that we have in our schedule that is scheduled in the morning. And kind of just reminiscing and thinking about the times where I would kind of get up and do a lot of yoga in the morning in my life at some points in time, and how that just feels good. Something about it feels really good to flow, to move the body with the breathing, to kind of just kickstarts for me. It just kind of gives a feeling of starting my day really well. And I don't do it all the time anymore, but when it comes, it feels really good. So if you're following along with the playlist today, it's called Flow Yoga 122 BPM, and it starts with a song by Jesper Ram, and it's called Apolloon. So go ahead and press play on that, and then realize that your headphones aren't hooked up to your phone properly, because that's what happens all the time to me. And then once you do get everything all set up, just meet in the yoga mat. Go down to, I should fix this. There we go. Go down to Shavasana on your back. That's where we will start things off, is just on the back. Oh yeah, get that beat grooving. I gotta get rid of that. Cool, so again, we're starting on the back. When you lift your knees up in the air, wiggle a little bit, reach the hands up in the air, back lying bird dogs, left leg out, right arm back, and together, opposite side. Just like we do in the fitness class sometimes, but we're on our hands and knees. This is a lower impact variation. You can inhale to extend, exhale to draw back to center. And now start to get into the breathing a little bit more. It doesn't have to be timed with the movement any longer. Just breathe deeply. Awesome, let's stop right there. Grab the back of the legs with the hands. We're just gonna rock and roll on the back, just very gently from the hips to the mid back. Awesome, then come up to a seated position, turn around to tabletop position. You're on your hands and knees. We'll just feel that difference between bird dog's back lying and forward facing. So extend right arm, right leg, left arm. Draw in. Let's do 5 on that one side. And again, you can breathe smoothly the whole time, in and out through the nose. Opposite side. And meet in downward facing dog. Plant your palms down at the top of the yoga mat, curl your toes under and lift upwards with the hips. Keep the hands feeling pressing down and up through the length of the side body. We can sometimes collapse into the shoulders when we do downward dog. And I just want you to kind of push out of that shoulder area so that the mid upper back doesn't, like the shoulders don't go behind you. If you're confused, you can take a look at what I mean. This is what it would look like, the kind of shoulders bending back. So we want that kind of forward position of the shoulders, like the arms are slightly in front of the face, or biceps kind of beside the ears instead of behind the ears. All right, from there, let's lift our heels up, breathe in. Exhale, bend the knees, walk forwards all the way. Hands to shins, inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, hands to heart center, palms pressing. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, dive it down, bend the knees, stick your butt back and fold. Hands to shins, inhale, lengthen. Exhale, palms to the floor, step back to plank. Take a full breath in. Exhale, lower down knees, chest, belly. Baby Cobra, lift your heart up. Exhale, lower your heart down. Press up, hands and knees. Shift your butt back and lift up to downward facing dog again, pushing through the palms. I know it's tempting to kind of dump down between the shoulders because the sensation can increase in the chest sometimes. But other things can stretch the chest muscles. In our downward facing dog, we kind of want to keep that support. Let's do another 2 sun salutations. Lift the heels up, breathe in. Bend the knees, walk forwards. Hands to shins, breathe in. Reach down, breathe out. Arms reach up, breathe in. Hands to heart, breathe out. Reach to the sky, breathe in. Dive to the floor, breathe out. Take that lift halfway up, breathing as you do that, and then exhale, palms to the ground, step back, plank. And just take a few breaths in plank. Press down and out with the hands. Use each thumb, finger, middle finger, ring finger, pinky finger. Again, trace those thumb, pointer, middle, ring, pinky. Press the palms down, take a full breath in. Exhale, lower the knees, chest, and belly. Baby Cobra or up dog, lift the heart. Exhale, go back to downward facing dog. Hips up. Thumbs, fingers, middle, ring, pinky. Lift the heels, breathe in. Exhale, bend the knees, walk forwards. Hands to shins, lengthen. Reach to the floor, exhale. Reach up, breathe in. Hands together in front of the heart, breathe out. Inhale, sweeping up again. Exhale and dive down again. Find that rhythm, that flow. Inhale, lengthen, and go to your downward face or go to your plank. Palms down, step back to plank. You're gonna lower down the knees, chest, and belly in your own time. Finish the flow, baby cobra or up dog, and then back to downward facing dog. Let's lift the heels, breathe in. Bend the knees, breathe out, walk forwards. Hands to shins, inhale, lengthen. This will be our last sun salutation. Exhale and forward fold. Reach up, breathe in. Let's make it nice and fluid. Hands to heart, breathe out. Arms up, breathe in. Diving, exhale. Lengthening, inhale, hands and shins. And palms to the floor and to flow. You just finish off that flow in your own timing. We'll meet back in downward dog. From down dog, let's kick the right leg all the way up. Extend through the right leg and heel. Use the butt to elevate the leg upwards. And on your exhale, draw the knee to the nose. Bring the shoulders over your palms, fingers, and thumbs. Kick the right leg back up, breathe in. Exhale, draw the knee to the nose, fingers and thumbs pressing down with the palms, and step through with that right foot. Reach up with both arms, crescent lunge, and then pivoting back to warrior two, left foot roots down, arms apart. To dancing warrior, right arm up, left arm back. And to flow, hands windmill down, step back, chaturanga, lower down. Up dog, cobra, your choice. Down dog. Left leg up, breathe in. Knee to nose, fingers, thumbs. Breathe in, left leg up. Exhale, knee to nose, step through. Reach up with both arms. Pivot the back foot to the floor, reach the arms apart. Let's go up to that dancing warrior again. So the left arm reaches up, the right arm goes back. And then we flow, hands windmill down, step it back, chaturanga. Lift the heart, upward dog, downward facing doggy. Lift the hips up. Let's lower the knees. Knees to the floor. And just sit back onto your heels for a second so the bum is just over top of the heels, the toes are curled under. And we'll just feel the soles of the feet get a little stretch. Let's reach our arms up, breathing in. Lower the left hand behind the head. Grab your left elbow with your right hand and just get a little bit of a outer tricep stretch and into that shoulder area. And let's reach back up, breathe in, both arms up. Right hand behind the head. Left hand grabs the right elbow and just slight pull. Just enough to get that stretch into the tricep after we've done a little bit of activation through the arms there. And triceps are pretty active in down dog, right? Let's reach back up, both arms. And tabletop position, hands to the floor and back to downward facing dog. Hips up. Awesome, let's take a lift to the heels, breathe in. Breathe out, bend the knees, walk, tippy toe to the top. Hands to shins, inhale. And stand up on your exhale, step the feet together, reach the arms up, crescent moon, crescent moon, we're gonna side bend over to the right-hand side, getting that stretch onto the left-hand side of the body. Sometimes I legitimately forget the names of yoga poses, I'll admit. Let's rise back up to the center and over to the left-hand side. But a pose by any other name would just still feel as sweet, wouldn't it? A little bit of inspiration. Let's come back up to the center, right side. Center, inhale, use your breath now. Don't worry about my words, just go side to side with breathing. Next is a powerful pose. And when you're even on those side bends, squat down and back with the hips, squeeze the legs together, reach the arms up. We're doing this variation of powerful pose where our legs are together and we squeeze. Thunderbolt, squat down with the hips, stick the butt back behind you, lengthen from the hips all the way to the underside of the rib cage. Hands to heart center. Keep that length in the lower spine anyways, but the upper spine can round a bit. We're gonna twist left side down, right side up, elbow to knee or palm to knee like I'm doing. Deep breath in. Activate the core, twist. One more. Activate the core and twist, squeeze the legs. And then back to center. Reach just the arms up, stay in the squat. Even sit lower if you got the energy. Hands to heart, other twist. Squeeze through the inner thighs, press the big toes down and in. Heels press down and out, scrubbing the feet. Core active to twist. One more breath in and out. And then untwisting. Reach up, inhale. Dive down, exhale. Step your feet hip width apart. Grab those big toesies. Use your peace fingers and the thumbs. Inhale, lift and lengthen the spine a bit. And then we're trying to get an active stretch on the back of the legs. So feet press down, heels press out, pulling down on the toes slightly. Take a few breaths in and out the nose. And release the toes. Squat the feet wide apart, or take the feet wide apart and squat down. And then take your hands together in front of your heart center, kind of, I don't know, for some reason this reminds me of a little frog or something like that, like it looks like a little frog. A frog that's praying or something like that. And so we're gonna squeeze those knees in. I want you to use the groin muscles and then counteract pressure, palms pressed together. Heart expands upwards. And the bum muscles kind of hug up and in, and we use the underside of the groin and the glutes. It's a hard instruction to understand for some people to use that deep underside of the pelvic floor area. And really one of the only ways I can describe it is it kind of feels like you're using the muscles that you would use to stop peeing. And I know that's not the nicest visual description, but it definitely does work to use the awareness of other actions in our life sometimes. And let's bring the hands to the floor. Knees stay on the triceps, bum lifts up. Keep that activation that you felt. Walk the toes together and then start to lift the toes up off the floor for crow. And if you can't do crow today, that's okay. Just keep the toes on the floor. And if you have to put a toe down like me every once in a while, that's okay too. 10, 9, 8, looking forwards, 7, 6, 5, bracing, 4, 3, squeezing the knees in, 2, and 1, and 0, toes back down. Nice job. Heels to the floor, hands joining at heart center, Malasana. So doing that upper body strengthening that we do in our fitness class on Wednesdays helps with those kind of poses. So thanks for the suggestion earlier in the week, Carol, about wanting to do the upper body stuff, or last week. That was awesome. Let's flow. Palms to the ground. Step back to downward facing dog, folks. And let's go through a flow from there. Inhale forwards to high plank. Exhale, lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Use the strength of the arms and the bum. Downward facing dog. And let's go through another dancing period with the legs lifting up and down and stuff. And we'll add some stuff on. Kick the right leg up, breathe in. Exhale, knee to nose. Knee to right elbow. Knee to left elbow. Center, step through. Reach up, both arms. Pivot back, left foot into warrior 2. Going up to that dancing warrior again, right arm up, left arm back. Now straighten your front leg and reach forwards with your right palm planted on your shin. Reach your left arm up. This is a great opportunity to use your block. Block goes beside the foot, like this. Next posture is a balancing pose. You know it. Left hand to hip. Bend the right knee over the ankle. And then spring forwards to balance on the right foot. Kick the left leg back and up. Use the pinky edge. Reach the left arm up into the air. And then look to the side a little bit. That's the hard part. You can also just stay looking down. 3, 2, 1, warrior 2. Backing it up and going to flow. Dancing warrior, reach up and then flow. Reach back down to the floor with both your hands. Step back and lower down. Chaturanga. Upward dog. Baby cobra, lift the heart. Downward facing dog, hips up. Left leg up, breathe in. Exhale, knee to nose. Knee to left elbow, still in plank. Knee to right elbow. Center, step. Reach up. Pivot back, warrior 2. Take a moment, notice your breathing. And if you're following along with the music, notice the sweet saxophone in the background. Let's go up to dancing warrior. Straighten the front leg. Reach forwards, plant your left palm on the left shin. Reach up with the right hand. Smooth out the breathing like butter over some bread. Bring the right hand to the hip, keep it smooth. Left knee bends over the ankle. Keep it smooth. Jump over that left leg. Balance on it, kick up and back with the right leg. open up the arms, use a block or not. For some reason, my left side is become my dominant side since I stubbed my toe. It's kind of funny. Like, things just totally shifted. My left leg's way stronger than my right leg now. All right, these types of things in our body, our experiences can change how we feel. They will change how we feel. Let's come back to Warrior 2. Dancing Warrior, left up, right back, and flow. Hands down, step back. Chaturanga. Upward dog, baby cobra, lift the heart. Downward facing dog, lift your hips back up. Awesome, let's walk to the top. Hands to shins, inhale. Exhale, fold. Reach up, breathe in. Go into eagle on the left side here. So left arm under, and we're gonna bring the left leg over top of the right leg. I'm gonna put my toe on the block, just like this. And let's turn this into that more fluid patterning now, moving with our breathing for the next few moments. So we're gonna reach up and lift the left leg up, breathing in. Exhale, kick the left leg back, reach the arms back, toppling tree. Take another breath in, open the heart a bit. And exhale, we're gonna plant that back toe to the floor and the heel to the floor, opening up the arms to Warrior 2 again. And we're gonna turn the palms facing sideways, right arm down, left arm up. Left arm back behind your spine. Option to go into a bind, reaching the right arm down, underneath the leg, and grabbing the hands behind the hip. And then lift your heart and press down with your back foot. Lengthen up for 3, 2, 1. Pressing down through the front foot. Come back up. Whew, that's a tough one. Hands to hips, straighten the front leg. Turn your toes sideways, wide-legged fold, butt back, fingers down. Look down at the ground or underneath of you. Stretching the back of the legs, and actually kind of like the whole back. Let the head hang down. Shake and wiggle a little bit. And then come back up, hands to hips. All the way back up to standing. Heel toe your feet closer together just a bit. Should have an easier feeling stance. Turn your right toes forwards. And left toes follow, hands on hips. We're in pyramid pose next. You can always just mimic the video if you're confused. Right forwards, left back, and hinge forwards at your hips. Walk the hands down to the shin. Or blocks. We're not here for too much longer. How about just 2 or 3 more breaths? Inhale. Exhale, fold a bit. 2 more like that. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Lengthen. And last fold. This time you lengthen, set up for flow. Come to plank. Now your spine is long. Take a full breath in. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog or baby cobra. Lift through the heart. Downward facing dog. Hips back up. All right, tippy toe up. Top of the mat. Hands to shins. Inhale, lengthen. And stand up, exhale. Reach your arms up and lift the right leg up and over top of the left leg. Right arm under left arm. Right side eagle pose now. Find that inner squeeze. You can squat back and use the hamstring of the posting leg a little bit more. Press into the heel. Coming back to that flowy patterning, reaching up, breathing in, left or right leg floats up. And then the right leg's gonna kick back behind you, arms reach back, toppling tree, backing up into warrior two. Back toe and heel, arms reach open. Awesome. Optional bind next here. So we're gonna put the left arm in front of the left leg and the right arm up. And just lunge forwards. Now you can go into that bind here by bringing the right hand behind the hip, reaching down underneath the leg, and then grabbing hold of the hands. You can go ahead and do that. I'm not sure what happened to my music, but something, for some reason it stopped. I'm just gonna hit play on it. Yeah, it just like paused itself. Ever happened to you? I think it does to some of us, right? So come on out of that bind. Sorry if I left you there for a little long. Come back to warrior two. Let's go into straightening that front leg, hands to the hips. We're gonna pivot the toes sideways, and we'll go into a second set of wide-legged forward fold. So fold down, hands to the block, hands to the floor if you want, and then feel that stretch moving up the back of the legs. You can bend into the knees a little bit, side to side. And we can also try a little bit of twisting in our fold today. So if you have a block, put it underneath your face. Look down at the block, put your right palm on the block, press down. Lift the left arm up into our twist. I'm really enjoying this twist lately. It feels really nice. Let's do the opposite side. Left palm down, right palm up, especially with the support of the blocks. Like it changes it for me. Thanks for the birthday present, Emily. And bring that hand back down. Bring the hands to the hips, thighs, stand up all the way. Heel toe your feet a little bit closer in. Turn your left toes forwards, right toes are following on an angle. Hands on the hips, fold forwards over top of your leg. Put your hands down onto the shin. And we'll take a flow in 2 breaths. And go for the flow, palms down. Try to do chaturanga as you exhale, and up dog as you inhale. Go back to downward dog as you breathe out. Press down with the palms and go ahead, lift with the hips up. We've got a few more little sequences to finish off with our standing here. So go ahead and walk to the top of the yoga mat and halfway lift and then up to standing in your own time. Once you're all the way up to standing, if you have a block, we're gonna use it again. We're gonna take that block and pin it between our right elbow and our right knee. Kind of like that sit-up workout that we do in fitness class. Now take the other elbow up, reach to the left with the left arm, open the block and the elbow to the right with the right side. Look to the left, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come back to center. Make sure you take that block out before you put your foot down. And let's do it on the opposite side just to make things simple. Left leg holds the block with the elbow. Reach the right arm out to the right. Take the left leg out to the left. So for me, this helps me train the hip flexor muscles to do the work in hand to knee. And so we're here just for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come back to center and ditch the block. And now let's try it with the hands. So let's lift the right knee up, grab the knee with the palm, reach the left arm to the left, open the right leg to the right side. Option to grab the toe and kick the right leg out. For me, this is like proportionally awkward. You can see with my bones, like my legs are longer relative to my arms, so I just can't do it. Like physically can't do it without a strap. So 3, 2, and 1, back to center, either side. So our props, as you can see, are huge, right? They can help us Let's try it on the left. Kicking forwards, opening up with the right arm, taking the left leg to the left, and getting that extension through both legs. Wobbling a little bit, that's okay. 5, and 4, 3, find the stability. 2, 1, come back to center, and release. Dancer's pose, right leg back, left arm up, grab hold of the foot, kick back into the foot with the hand, and keep reaching up. Little quad stretch here, kind of like reclining hero. If you give a little pull to the leg and then kick back and let the knee and thigh lift upwards, you might get that quad stretch. Rise back up, swap sides. Left arm down, right arm up. And hold that foot with the hand. Kick back. And rise back up, breathe in. Lower the foot down, breathe out. Reach your arms up, take an inhale. Exhale, we're gonna dive to the floor. Keep our feet kind of centered, and we're just gonna reach our arms to the right side of the right foot. You might feel this in the outer hips and in the low back. Come back to center. Opposite side. Fingers walk to the left side of the left foot. Back to center. Heel toe the feet wider apart and squat the bum down. And you can use a block under the butt for Malasana. Hands to heart. Calmer version of Malasana as we kind of slow down. I do want to honor that sometimes people want to have a more upbeat or invigorating feeling in their practice and they want to challenge themselves, so I'll give the option for second set crow. You can stay in Malasana like this, or you can try crow again, and if you need a demonstration once more, you can just take a peek. Palms are down, toes are touching, and we're pressing down with the palms. Don't want to be too weak into the shoulders, like collapsing down. So you can see when we're in crow, push down with the palms. Squeeze with the butt. Toes squeeze in. For 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, toes down. Back to Malasana. If you took crow, hands to heart. Whew. Big breath in. Big sigh out. One more. And then we're gonna lay down on our stomachs. Oops, sorry, I just dropped my block. That was probably kind of loud. So yeah, lay down on the belly. Put your hands under your face and rest. Big breath in. Open the mouth, sigh through the mouth. Awesome job so far. Let's move into our floor sequence from here. So put the palms underneath the chest. We still will use, like a floor sequence doesn't mean that we're just going calm now. We still will use lots of active breathing until the last maybe 15 minutes of the class. So let's keep your focus. Press down with your feet. That little brief rest hopefully was just like a booster charge, like those electric cars that can charge super quick. Just you're back. That sound is the official sound of a car charging. Lift your heart up, get the spine active, the muscles around it rather, and reach back with the hands, interlace them over the butt, press back with the knuckles. Lift the legs up, hover those legs, squeeze the toes against each other like the big toes squeezing. Now flying, arms back, legs lifting. No longer holding the hands behind the bum, but opening up and expanding through the front of the body. And now to bow, kick the heels back to the bum, grab onto the outside edges of your feet, kick back and lift the heart up. So Carol, you know the spider class, this class that the spider came to visit? Well, I see a little, not a spider this time, but a little tiny fly walking around on the floor. The fly class. Kick back, lift the heart up, open up the thighs. And 3, 2, and 1, let it go. Palms underneath chest, toes underneath heels. And let's push up and shift back. From here, we're gonna go to reclining hero. Walk forwards to the top of the mat. Knees apart, toes touching. We're gonna lean back and take this passive or active. So passive, you just put the hands down. Active, you press the knees down and start to squeeze the bum and lift your hips. And let the head hang back. If you're doing active with me for 3, 2, and 1, releasing. And coming to a more passive variation now, perhaps on the elbows. Stay if you want, or join by coming back up onto the knees and stand on your knees. Hands on bum, draw elbows together. Lift your heart up and back into our kind of hard opening back bend. So you could reach back for the heels. I'm not going to. Draw up from the stomach, from the hips to the stomach, stretching out the belly. And then lift up. Sit the butt down onto the legs. And from here, we're gonna go into pigeon pose. So we're gonna plant the palms down in front of us. Keep the right knee where it is and just walk that left leg back. So we're in pigeon, just kind of simply coming down like that. And elbows down on the floor next. Let's press the shins down. Press the elbows down. And we're just here for 10 seconds. Last breath in and out for this first hold of our pigeon. And then push the palms down, lift the chest up. Keep active in the hands, curl those left toes under, and we're gonna use that strong left leg to go back into downward facing dog. So hips back up, flow, inhale forwards, plank, down, baby cobra or up dog, and then tabletop. Walk the left knee forwards, Swivel the shin underneath your pelvis. Relax the right leg back behind you and come onto your elbows. 10-second hold. We'll come back. Last 5 seconds. All right, let's push down the palms. Lift up through the chest and go back to downward facing dog and flow. Inhale forwards, high plank. Chaturanga. Up dog or cobra. Downward facing dog. All right, let's bring our knees back to the floor again. We're going to stand up on the knees, lifting up through the spine. And we'll bring our hands back onto the bum. Sometimes I like doing these poses 2 times in a row, a few of them, because they're pretty big expansions through certain areas of the body. So let's try camel a second time. Let's draw the elbows together, squeeze the bum, lift the heart up and back, and you might go to the exact same spot as you did last time. Or you might see if it feels okay to back bend a little bit more, and then stay and kind of restabilize. And then maybe you do reach back for your feet, and then just kind of stay there for another 5 breaths. Tuck the chin, put your hands on your butt, and rise back up. Nice, sit your bum down on your heels, and let's sweep the legs to the right and then forwards in front of us. Left leg is going to be straight, right leg is we're going to plant the right foot on the inside of the left leg. Now reach to the ankle, left ankle, reach up with the right hand, and start to side bend your spine, kind of on that angle over the left leg. So we should feel a stretch moving down from the right fingers to the right hip. Even in the abdomen area, especially. And now let's lift back up. Place the right hand behind your hip. And we're going to press down with our arm. And so we don't want to be weak in the shoulder here. Or I don't want to say weak, but we want to be stabilized in the shoulder. That's probably a better way of stating that. So we're going to press down. And then we're just going to press with the left heel on the right shin. And we would reach the left arm up. This is our first variation. All right, next variation, we start to lift the hips. How much? Maybe we just press up a little bit and see what it feels like. Maybe we can go up all the way and lift the hips forwards, reach the left arm up and back, and look down or up. And let's bring it back to the hips touching the floor. Right leg extends out, left leg draws into the inside edge of the right thigh. Reach down to your right ankle with your right hand. Reach the left arm up above your head, and then forwards to your foot. Press down with the right leg and the left outer thigh. Right heel down, left outer thigh down. Now rise up. Bring your left hand behind your hip. Reach the right arm up. Press down with the left outer thigh and the right heel, just like you were before. And this is our first variation of the posture. We can just stay right here. We can even lean back a little bit more to give the shoulders some space. But then again, I want you to not be sunken into the shoulder like this. I want you to press out of that left shoulder already, so we're in a position of stability. And now we're going to start to press down even more with the legs and lift the hips if you can. Reach up and back with the right arm. All about support. Pressing down with the palm, the foot, and the knee. You can even bring the front toes to the floor and extend that right ankle all the way out. And let's bring it back down, hips to the floor. Awesome, let's go to second set pigeon. So you can also do thread the needle and just lay down on your back, or do this variation of thread the needle. It's an awesome version of a hip stretch. So right ankle on left thigh and upright thread, or take it into pigeon. I'm gonna stay right here. This feels really nice. Here for about a minute. This upright thread the needle is also kind of nice because it does act as a bit of a bicep stretch if you reach the arms back like this and then press down with the palms. It feels, for me, it feels really nice to stretch those biceps a bit here. All right, let's uncross and try it on the opposite side. So you choose pigeon or thread the needle or upright thread, kind of like this. Left ankle crosses over, palms support. Take a breath in through the nose, filling up. And out, relax everything a little bit more. Uncross the legs. Come out of your variation of that hip stretch. And we're gonna lay down on the back. Once you're on your back, kick the right leg up, grab behind the right leg on the hamstring area, and extend that right leg straight up. I feel that stretch moving on the whole back chain of muscles of the leg. So kind of like the sole of the foot, that's kind of it for me. I feel that in the posterior chain, since the muscles that help move the foot and ankle, they don't just end at the ankle, they actually go into the foot, right? So you can feel a little bit of a stretch in certain areas when we add flexion to the ankle. And let's try it on the opposite leg. So release and re-grab left leg up, press. Sole of the foot stretching a bit, back of the leg, all the way up to the butt perhaps. I don't know about you, but I don't really feel much of a stretch that goes towards the glute area. It's mostly in the area of the hamstring that goes beyond the back of the knee and then up from there as well, just a bit kind of above the knee. That was a little confusing, but above the back of the knee. Like, yeah, you know what I mean. Where you're holding with your hands. And relax and release. Place the soles of the feet to touch, let the knees fall away from each other. And going into our groin stretch here with the hands on the stomach. Reach your arms up above your head and relax them. If straight up with the arms doesn't feel nice, you can bend the elbows and have them kind of like like a cactus arm. Look back up at the ceiling, lift your knees to center. I want you to extend the left leg and then lift the right knee up. Grab the right knee with your left hand. And we're going to draw that leg over to the side. We might stop right here, like this might be totally adequate. If we have props or the capability to go all the way to the side, I'm going to do that. I'm going to use my props and they're going to end up underneath my shin or my knee kind of area. More knee than shin. And then this takes me over into this supported stretch. You can see the leg on top of the block, arm reaches open, look to the right hand side. You can also just do a regular twist if that's your preference. But I gotta say, like, these blocks have been game changers for poses like this. The soft blocks aren't nearly as good for certain postures. We need that kind of the dense block. And let's come back to the center. So first, just taking the gaze back to kind of a more neutral position, so don't look to the right anymore. Also bring your right arm back to a more neutral position, perhaps resting it on your rib cage. And then let's roll back onto our backs. Take that stretch to the opposite side. You know what to do. Extend the right leg, move the props. Then use the right hand on the left leg to draw it over on top of those blocks. Reach to the left with your left arm if that works for you. Up, sideways, or down with the left arm. Doesn't need to be directly sideways. For some reason, for me, this shoulder is having a hard time feeling relaxed these days. Our left and rights aren't going to be the same all the time. So just honor that difference. If you need to do something that's quite different, don't beat yourself up about that. It's okay. And let's come back with our head to a more neutral position, looking towards our bent knee. Bring the arm onto your hip maybe, and then roll onto your back again. All right, we're gonna try supported fish next. So fish is this posture where we can take the block and just kind of put it underneath the spine, somewhat like this. We're gonna come down with our butt kind of close to the block, and it's kind of comes up to the vertebra, maybe one or two vertebra above the hip area is where I kind of describe it. And then that mid to low back area starts to connect with the block. Then we lay down and let our head hang down behind the top of the last block. And we have this more open chest, open arm. If you really like cobbler's pose, it's a great combination. You can go back into cobbler's pose for a second set. But some people will actually like pointing the toes. Like they'll have the ankles, the heels kind of underneath and point the toes out. I like to take this pose fairly passively when I'm doing it with the blocks though. This is another one where it's like soft blocks aren't as good. There's something about it. The hard block really gives a feeling of stability and support where you can let go. The soft block, I don't know, maybe it's the same for you. It's just not for me. And from here, we're going to go into Shavasana. So how I suggest to get out of the supported fish, since it's pretty relaxing right now, is to just roll to the right or the left side. So bend one of the knees, and then you're just going to roll to the opposite side. So if you bent your left knee, you're going to roll to your right side. And then push your palms down, lift off of the blocks, get the blocks out of the way, or put them behind your legs for final Shavasana. So we're just nearing the top of our hour. So I totally get it if you have someplace that you got to be or you're signing out. But it was such a pleasure to be here with you in the space and to be invited into a chunk of your space on your screen. Thanks for trusting in me as your teacher for today's class for this 1 hour. And thanks for trusting in your own body and those signals that come from within that tell you to do things just the way that you need to do them. Yeah, I hope you have an awesome day after these morning practices and feeling something similar to, maybe you're feeling something similar to me about how a little bit of movement in the morning does kind of kickstart you in the right way. A walk, a yoga class, whatever. So thanks so much again, and I'll see you for the next round. I got Sunday yin with music coming up next. Woo! Maybe we'll do another couch session. That was fun last week. So I'll see you soon. Take care, folks, and have an awesome weekend ahead of you.